Yo, 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 how y'all feeling? Y'all good? I know I'm good. You good?
I'm good.
I'm your host, Solomon.
This your girl Toya.
And this is
The Be Different Podcast.
Back to the Be Different Podcast. As the intro said, I'm your host, Solomon, here with my mom.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Toya.
Oh, yeah, man. As y'all can see, we back again with another video. But before we get into that, y'all already know y'all can listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and anywhere else where you listen to your podcast. All at the Be Different Podcast.
And y'all already know what to do. Go follow us on our social media pages. Instagram @_Be Different Podcast. X @_Be Different Pod. TikTok Be Different Pod _clips. And if you want to come on the show or you just want to have an ad on the Be Different Podcast, contact us at our business email, bedifferentpod06@gmail.com.
Oh, yeah, man. After we got that all out the way, man. Y'all know we had to come at y'all with an episode, man. NBA Finals done, NBA Draft done, so we just coming at y'all with an NBA only episode.
All basketball, all NBA.
Yeah, that probably going to be the title of this episode, all basketball.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you've been under a rock for the past week, then you don't know this, but the Oklahoma City Thunder are our 2024-25 NBA champions. They defeated the Indiana Pacers in 7 games, and the score of Game 7 was 103-91 with OKC winning.
Yep.
What you think?
Hey, man, no shocker there.
Yeah.
You know, them guys did their thing. Like I said earlier, before the finals even started, I had Thunder in 5.
Yeah.
But Indiana took a 7 game, made it a closer series than what we was expecting. So, just overall good basketball,
And
great series.
I think nobody was expecting this series to go 7 games.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, I thought 6 would be the max, but I did pick the Thunder in 5. But in the back of my mind, I thought 6 would be the max. But it went 7 games, and it was a great series.
Yeah.
I mean, we enjoyed it. It was a great series. But no shocker, Shea was Finals MVP, which he well deserved. And Shea joins Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Michael Jordan, and Shaquille O'Neal as the only players to win the scoring champion, MVP, and NBA Finals MVP in the same season.
Hey, that boy did his thing,
Yeah.
man. Hey, well deserved, like I said. Best player on the Thunder team,
Yeah.
showing it all season, showing that he was one of the best players this year in this season, arguably really the best player this year.
He deserved MVP,
Yeah, he showing everything. Like, this was Shea's season.
Yeah, it was. Now, let me ask you this. With Shea now being NBA champion, NBA Finals MVP, regular season MVP, scoring champion, did he solidify his place as a Hall of Famer?
Right now, no.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you could say that, but this is just one time.
One time.
Like, if he get another MVP, then I can say yes.
What if he get another championship but not another MVP?
Or if he get another championship, most definitely.
Okay, let me
Most
ask you this then. You said he hadn't solidified his place as a Hall of Famer yet, but did he solidify his case as the best OKC Thunder player?
I mean, to me, yes, because in my opinion, I go off championship.
Ring culture that Ron just was talking about.
Like, because, bro, you
Yeah.
can say you the best, but you not the best until you win it all.
Yeah.
I don't care what nobody say. Yes, it's a team sport. Yes, you can have that one superstar in the team be trash, but at the end of the day,
It's a
no
team
way.
sport.
At the end, I said it's team sport. At the end of the day, no way you could be considered the greatest if you didn't win a championship.
Yeah,
if you
I
didn't
agree.
win it all, I don't care what nobody say.
I agree.
I don't care what nobody
totally
say.
agree. And
So-
go ahead. I'm sorry.
So going back to your point, is yes, he's the greatest OKC because KD, Russ, Well, KD don't even count because true Thunder fans not gonna say he the greatest Thunder of all time because he left them.
Yeah.
He left their franchise. They ain't gonna count nothing he did all just because he left. So between him and Russell Westbrook, they both got MVP. They both got scoring titles. Shea has championship. Russell Westbrook don't.
So that's what put him over Westbrook. I agree.
Like you could say Russ did all that for OKC. He did, but did y'all win a championship?
Yeah,
no.
I agree with that. Yeah, to me, Shea is the best as of right now. The best Thunder player that they've had, and all the accolades he got this season, they were very much well deserved. So, congratulations to the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Oh yeah. Man,
now on the flip side, we got to talk about the Pacers. As y'all know, in Game 7, first quarter, I think it was like 6 minutes left.
Yeah,
Tyrese Halliburton went down with an Achilles injury, and when it happened, I mean, you knew it.
Yeah, we just knew it was Achilles. We've been saying, we were saying this. He tore his Achilles.
Yeah,
I've been saying.
Yeah, even before it was confirmed, you could see it. You saw it pop, literally. You know, and I think that did take away from the game because he had 9 points already in the first quarter. I can't 100% say that I think, even though I picked the Thunder to win it all, I don't know if they would have beat the Pacers if Halliburton had stayed in the game.
I see what you're saying with this statement, but I can't agree with you with this statement because I still feel like the Thunder win that game.
Yeah.
Even if Tyrese Halliburton does play. Yes, I feel like it come down to a last-second shot because my prediction anyway was 111-109, Shea in the game-winning 3. But like I said, I still have the Thunder winning. Yes, it would have been a closer game for sure. Better game, too.
And the reason I say that I can't 100% say it confidently is because of the game that Jalen Williams was having. He didn't have a great game.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying. Did nobody on the Thunder just have a great offensive game? Yeah, you can say Shea did, but he was just facilitating the ball. Him shooting, he was like 8 for 27.
Yeah.
Jada was like 7 for everybody had horrible shooting splits that night.
Exactly, and with the way Halliburton had came out, that's why I say that I don't know if they would have won. I say I don't know, but then again, I'm finna contradict myself. I think they would have pulled it out, but like you, I think it would have been like a last-second shot or something like that. And, we talk about Shea, but we didn't talk about Chet had 5 blocks in Game 7.
Yeah, he had 18 points. I said it on the podcast for the final. I said if Chet had 15 points, they're going to win the final.
Yep, you did.
He had 18 points.
You did. But back to Tyrese, like we said, he tore his Achilles. He's already had surgery, so prayers out to him for a speedy and healthy recovery. It was just disheartening to see him go out like that. Game 7, the game you've been dreaming about all your life, as wanting to be a basketball player. And for you to go out like that was disheartening. And he spoke about that. He released a statement saying, he was frustrated. It was unbelief. He was mad. He was angry. And that's all understandable. Yeah, that's
understandable for sure, man, because it's the biggest game of your life.
Yep.
You started off hot. And then you get hurt.
And on a move that you have done millions of times, and it happened that time.
Yeah, one time.
But like we said, prayers out to him. And with this NBA season, it was 8 players that tore their Achilles. You had Tyrese Halliburton, Jason Tatum, Damian Lillard, DeJounte Murray, Isaiah Jackson, Drew Smith, James Wiseman, and Darren Holmes II.
3 of these players on the list all play with Indiana.
Yeah.
James Wiseman, Tyrese, and Isaiah Jackson.
Yeah, and since you said that, 3 of these players on that list, they all wear the number 0, Tyrese, Jason, and Dame. But with that being said, with so many players injuring their Achilles, do you think the NBA would look at this and maybe shorten the season, or they just say, we sorry it happened, but it was just a coincidence?
Yep, that's exactly what they're going to say. Injuries are injuries. They can't shorten their season because of injuries.
Yeah.
Like I said, we sorry that they happened, but the NBA still have a schedule they have to stay on.
Yeah.
Because we know once basketball ends, 2 to 3 months later, NFL starts.
Yeah.
After NFL, not even NFL when the NFL is about to end. It's still going
on, yeah.
The NBA starts. This is schedule, this money. They can't break their schedule because if they do that, it's going to mess up the money flow.
And it's all about that money.
All right,
just said, all about the sponsorship and money. But this year's NBA Finals, it averaged 16.4 million viewers. And that was the most watched NBA Finals game in 6 years. And I can understand why, because like we said, we didn't know which way this game was going to go.
Yeah, for real, though, Because like I said, coming in, I had Thunder in 5. Everybody had the Thunder winning, but not going to 7 games. Yeah. So with this game 7, you didn't know how it was going to go, who was going to pull it out. So
you didn't know what OKC team was going to show up or what Indiana team was going to show up. And speaking of the OKC team, in my opinion, yes, OKC won, but they never had a great game.
Yeah, I definitely can say that. I feel like you right, bro. I really can't even think of no game where they just played a perfect, complete game. And we know everybody can't be perfect, but knowing OKC, when they having a dominant game.
And it almost was like that in game 1, but you let them come back. Yeah, you let them come back.
Yeah, so I guess you could say game 2 was a pretty good game, but it still was a sloppy game.
Yeah,
though.
It was. So, do you think, because they've been talking about this on ESPN a lot, do you think OKC are in the middle of building a dynasty? First of all, before you answer that, what is your definition of a dynasty when it comes to sports?
3 championships in 5 years.
Okay, I can agree with it. I like that 3 and 5. So, do you think OKC are in the middle of building one?
Yeah, they got potential to. It's all about how they keep everybody together and use their draft picks and, to their advantage. Because I hope they understand that they don't have to just keep drafting people. Mm-hmm. But they also know they don't have to just go get a crazy superstar. Because, like, you got your veteran leader in Alex Caruso.
Yep.
You got your superstar in Shea. You got your rising star in Chet and J-Dub. So, as long as they play their cards right, they do have potential.
And they're a young team. They are a young team.
Exactly. Like, they gonna continue to get better. It's just all about when they start to get better and each player get to their full max potential, are you going to have the money to pay them?
Yeah, pay them. Okay.
Shea is 26. Okay. I say he got, because he next year really going to be his prime year. These next 2 years.
I think so. Yep.
These next 2 years.
Yep.
So if they get back to back, they going to be fine. They going to be fine. Because I say that because they get back to back, Shea is going to retire at Thunder. And I see him retiring early. Not like,
32. That's 6 more years. He's 26 now.
I can see 32.
Okay.
If they go back to back, I can see him retiring early 30s. And that's cool because by then
he's going to be made the money.
By then, J-Dub would have been and got right, came through his prime, and would have been had a max extension. Same way with Chet by then.
Yep.
So then you still rolling with those guys, plus the up and coming young players you got, plus the draft pick that you're gonna draft. So they got the potential. Just they gotta just keep doing what they doing because they front office is doing an amazing job.
Great job.
Amazing job. Yes, so as long as they keep doing what they doing, they're gonna be cool.
So with that being said, how far away from the Oklahoma City Thunder do you think other teams are in the West? Meaning, how close do you think other West teams are to beating them in a 7-game series?
Nowhere. Because the way the West is designed, all the top teams, they don't have enough to match with the Thunder. The only team that does is the Minnesota Timberwolves, and they really don't even have it no more because that team is not the same. Think about that year before this past year when Ant went to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
Think about how they got there being out of team defense. Zay McDaniel, the kid Alexander Walker, like Ant.
What was the sixth man of the year?
Nas Reed, like I'm saying, them guys won and went there far based off their defense. Then they just had Ant, had Cat, like they just coming in giving you them points. Had Nas Reed coming in off the bench doing his thing. Like, that's what teams in the West really don't have. Like the Nuggets. The Nuggets don't have great defense. They rely on Jokic. And they offensive game to beat teams.
Yep.
So that's why it only works so far. It only gets you so far.
Defense.
If your offense gets stopped and you can't stop nobody, you're gonna get beat.
Yep.
That's why I don't feel like nobody in the West has a defense.
It's closer to them.
Man, they have no defense that's matched up with the Thunder.
Okay. Well, y'all know David Stern was the commissioner of the NBA for years. I want to say like 30 years. But when he was commissioner of the NBA for 30 years, it was 8 champions. Adam Silver has been a commissioner for the past 12 years, and it's been 9 champions since he's been commissioner. Mm-hmm. It's almost been a different champion every year since he's been commissioner. Do you like that or do you hate that?
I mean, it's a little bit of both. Like, because in my opinion, everybody talk about these championships in the last 7 years. All the teams that won the championship in these last 7 years been the best team in the league during the time. Only one I can say that wasn't the best team in the league during the time, I want to say was that Warriors team.
And what he's talking about, the Warriors won in 23. No, 22. I'm sorry, 22. Like,
even if they didn't go into the playoffs with the number 1 seed, we knew that, like, they had the potential to win the final. Like, Toronto, the year Kawhi won. Everybody knew Toronto had the potential. They just couldn't.
They had Kawhi Leonard.
No, and even before that, they couldn't get past Bron before they even won. So even coming back and add Kawhi Leonard, we knew they had the potential even after that. 2020 Lakers. Everybody talk about the bubble wasn't nothing, but even before coronavirus, the Lakers were the number 1 seed.
Yep.
They only had lost like 3 games.
Yep.
The best team in the league. Going on 2021 Bucks. Best team in the league. Drew Holiday, Giannis, Chris Middleton in their prime, like
in their big prime,
exactly before they got old. PJ Tucker playing defense. And like I said, the Warriors, they was the only underdog team out of all of them. Yeah.
Because in 23 you had the Nuggets.
Think about it.
Yep. They were the best team.
In 2020, Jamal Murray and Jokic shocked us and showed what they really were capable of in the bubble.
Yep.
Coming back 21, Giannis and them did, Jamal Murray, Jokic still get adjusted.
One of them got hurt. I can't remember.
Jamal Murray, he got hurt. Exactly. Then they come back 23. Same thing. Jamal Murray back healthy.
Yep.
What they do? Win championship.
Won. And last year was the Celtics.
Best team in the league.
Yep.
This year, Thunder. Best team in the league. But yeah, that's what I like about the league, though, man. If you're the best team in the league, you're supposed to win championship.
You're supposed to. And it has worked. That's the way it worked out this year and last year as well. And we keep talking about the Thunder. But one thing with the Pacers that I was shocked about, Miles Turner didn't play to the level that I thought he would. With this being his first finals and he's spending his whole entire career in Indiana, I was shocked he didn't live up to the moment,
I wasn't, though, because if you really look at it, Miles Turner, he been doing his thing every now and then, but he just ain't been having no crazy breakout performances in the playoffs, man. So he did what he could, brought what he could to the table for the team.
And he had some key shots in Game 7, like a couple of threes,
Yeah, but it's like you said, though, he definitely could have did more.
And another thing about the Pacers too, when Tyrese Halliburton went down, Stephen A. said this, and I totally agree with him. When Halliburton went down, OKC was supposed to put their foot on their neck.
Yeah, I said that before Stephen A. I said that tonight while we was watching the game. I said they supposed to kill them.
Exactly.
You lost those superstar, they morale down. They took their foot off the gas.
And actually at halftime, the Pacers were leading by 1 point. It didn't get away from the Pacers until the third quarter.
Yeah, middle of the third, Indiana, they were playing a good game. They
were.
Like, for real. They were still fighting without their superstar.
They were fighting. And, it's like Shay said, they didn't limp into the NBA Finals with one player. So, and it showed, like we said, they hung around for a minute. But at the end of the day, OKC won. Congratulations to them. And we'll wait to see what they do next year.
Yep.
All right, you ready to get into some trades? All right, we spoke about this on the last episode, but we can get a little bit more into it. Now, as you know, Kevin Durant will be a Houston Rocket next season. The Phoenix Suns traded him to Houston, and in return, they got They
traded Jalen Brooks, Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, and draft picks.
Right.
What I've been saying they should do, I say they should trade Jalen Green too because he don't have consistent scoring. KD give you that consistent scoring you need.
Since KD left the Warriors, he's only won 2 playoff series. He's been traded 3 times, and he's had 7 different head coaches. Do you think that's going to tarnish his legacy?
Nope. Still the greatest scorer of all time. Got 2 rings, Hall of Famer, all NBA, All-Star, MVP.
Yeah.
A Hall of Famer regardless. But what messed him up was when he went to Brooklyn.
I agree with that.
He should never did that. When he did that, trying to team up with James Harden and Kyrie, that was just messed up.
And the thing
his whole flow of his career.
Like, they didn't play. I can't remember the number, but they did not play that many games together.
It wasn't that many. They barely played together.
You're right. Kyrie was hurt. James Harden was hurt. Really, KD is the only one of that big three that played the most games, you know. So, but he will be a Houston Rocket next year. It's interesting to see what they're going to do with him next year. The Boston Celtics, they traded Drew Holiday to the Portland Trailblazers for Anthony Simmons and 2 second-round picks.
I like that for the Celtics because, you know, Anthony Simon, he give you offensive presence, you know, something that Drew Holiday couldn't really give because he could score, but he wasn't just all that of a scorer. So,
right.
Like I said, he give you a good score, still got your defense a little bit, still keep Derek White and your core together. So, good trade.
Boston also traded Kristaps Porzingis. They traded him to the Hawks for a second-round pick and Terrence Mann and Atlanta's number 22 pick. It goes to the Nets and George Niang and a second-rounder going to the Celtics.
Yeah, I mean, the Celtics, you know. Well, that's a good pickup for Atlanta, really. It's really a good pickup for Atlanta because, like I said, Porzingis to the Hawks with Trae Young, give him another somebody that come in and help or somebody get some sub time for Clint, too. So,
and
great pickup.
With the Celtics trading Drew Holiday and Kristaps, that allowed them to clear some cap space.
Yeah, they got out there second apron.
So,
but see, with that apron stuff though, it's like it really messes up what you might have got to do. Cause like once you in the second apron, I know they said that you only can trade one player at a time. Like you can't do multiple player trade. You can't trade draft picks that go so far back. Say I think say it can't go for no farther than like a 2028 draft pick. Like it's stipulations
to it. Okay. Well, the Washington Wizards, Chris Middleton, he decided to pick up his $33.3 million player option. So he will stay with the Wizards next season.
The Wizards, they trying to build. They got a lot of nice young talent coming in, especially behind all the veteran talent they got. Because I didn't know they had Marcus Smart. I just saw that the other day.
I didn't either. I thought he was still in me.
I did too. They got Chris Middleton. They got some key veteran players that can really teach them young guys.
And Chris and Marcus both have championship experience.
Exactly.
So that'll be good.
Chris Middleton got it.
Marcus Smart didn't win a ring with the Celtics.
He wasn't on that team, was he?
I thought he was.
Oh, he was on Memphis last year.
Okay. Well, yeah, Marcus Smart, he may not have won a championship, but he's been to the playoffs multiple years.
Yeah, he been to the playoffs. They've been to the finals a few times.
Yeah.
So they traded him to get Drew Holiday.
Sure did, since you said that. The Pelicans, they traded C.J. McCollum, Kelly Olynyk, and a future second-round pick to the Washington Wizards for Jordan Poole.
I like that for the Pelicans. Get him another scoring guard to match up Trey Murphy and Herb Jones and Zion.
And I like that for the Wizards, too, because C.J. McCollum is old, but he's still going to be able to get you about 15 points a night.
He'll still be, like I said, like they got a lot of veterans coming in to just show them young guys, you know.
Yeah.
This what you got to do, you know. Get them right.
Yep. Dallas Maverick 9-time NBA All-Star Kyrie Irving declined his $43 million player option and signed a 3-year, $119 million contract with the Dallas Mavericks. So he will be a Maverick for the next 3 years, and he'll probably retire.
I'm going to say, I'll probably see Kyrie retiring
as a Maverick, yeah.
Hey, I mean, the Mavericks going to be a good little team, man. Especially with their draft picks they got coming in. They're going to be a cool team. Just got to stay healthy.
Stay healthy. That's the key part. Houston Rockets, they re-signed Fred VanVleet 2 years for $50 million. I like that they kept him.
I like that, too. They needed him point guard, you know, veteran, going to still have that leadership in the locker room. So.
I like that they kept him.
Good pickup. Great pickup.
Also, speaking of the Houston Rockets, they are intending to sign back free agents Jashawn Tate, Aaron Holiday, and Jeff Green on new contracts to bring them all back for next season.
I don't know none of the people. Well, I know them, but they don't have significant factors. So.
Yeah, I understand that, you know. And another one, the Charlotte Hornets. They're trading their center Mark Williams to the Phoenix Suns for the number 29 draft pick and a 2029 first-round pick.
I don't like that for the Hornets because Mark Williams, he not gonna be healthy. You see, he couldn't get traded to the Lakers. He couldn't pass physical.
Yep.
And then he always having back problems. So
and the Phoenix Suns need a center.
They do, but how you gonna get a center that's not healthy?
That's not healthy. Yep. Austin Reeves from the LA Lakers, he declined his player option, and the Lakers can offer him next summer a 5-year, $246 million max contract. You think they're going to get him back?
Yeah, yes, but there are definitely teams that need a solid two guard like him. Like somebody like the Warriors or like who else need a solid two guard? It's teams out there just need, like I said, need a solid two guard. Like Austin Reed, they can score you 20 points when you need them to. Go facilitate the ball. Can play a little bit of the point guard too when you need them to. So
I think the market is wide open for him if he decides to test free agency.
Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is. But I don't see the Lakers bringing him back for 5 years, $246 million. Like,
that's the thing.
Is he really worth that much? Really? No. No. You got Luka.
He might not be worth that much to the Lakers, but like you just said, he'll be worth that much to somebody else, to another team.
I mean, he worth that much for the Lakers. The Lakers don't have another two guard like Austin Reed that come in and score. But I'm not paying him $246 million. I don't care who team I am. He's not worth $246 million.
Well, we'll see. But before we start talking about the draft and stuff, Giannis, he's still a Buck and he want to leave. What you think? Where you think he going?
I don't know, man. Like, cause I know he want to go to a contending team, but it's just gonna be hard because what contending team has enough to get Giannis and still be contending?
Yeah,
you know what I'm
true.
saying? You're gonna have to give up something for the Bucks to like.
Exactly. And then if I'm the Bucks and he want to leave, he's going to the West. I am not trading him to a team in the East. Like, you cannot beat me with another team in the same conference. You got to go to the West.
Well, if he go to the West, I mean, the Thunder can try him, but they going to have to give up something. Like, you're going to have to throw in Hornstein.
Yep.
But you're going to have to throw in somebody else, too, though. Like,
and some draft
really
picks.
like J-Dub, honestly. Like, a up-and-coming star that they know this promising is going to bring something.
But do you think
they're not going to do that? I was about to say, they're not going to give up J-Dub. That's crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't. But anyway, so y'all know LeBron James got this podcast with Stephen Nash, right? And he was talking about, now that we know for sure, can confirm it, the number one draft pick of the 2025 NBA draft, Cooper Flagg. And he had nothing but great things to say about Cooper Flagg. But one thing he did say was, Cooper Flagg has the benefit, unlike myself, he gets to join a team that's established with Hall of Fame guys. In which, to me, he does have a point. Cooper Flagg is going into I don't want to say championship team, but a contending championship team. Whereas Bron had to go into a team of nobodies.
You're right, but they can't control that. You can't control the number one draft pick.
That's true.
Who the number one team? The team that get the number one draft pick. And yes, you say he on a championship contending team, but they're not healthy.
Yeah.
Kyrie gonna miss most of the season. AD always hurt.
Always.
Like, so he basically gonna be out there by himself. Plus, PJ Washington, Derrick Lively, but them not no superstar type guys.
Right.
So I mean, they really in the same boat, but at the same time, when they are healthy though, he's still gonna be playing with legends, like say around Hall of Famers, just in the locker room with Kyrie and Anthony Davis being there. So you know.
And then, we talk about the players he's going to be playing with, but what about the coach? Jason Kidd is a great coach. He was a great player, in the league. So, I mean, he got a lot of stuff working in his favor right now.
He does. But, it's just all about how he come out there and perform.
That's right.
So.
But you ready to move on to the draft?
Mm-hmm.
All right, the draft was the other night. And as expected, Cooper Flagg was the number one pick. Yep. The Dallas Mavericks did keep the pick. And they chose him. Everybody was expecting it. Like we just said, though, it's going to be interesting to see how he meshes with the other players on the Dallas Mavericks. What you think he's going to do?
I know he's going to come in and be a great player. Just all about how they fit him in, where they put him in, what position they want him to play, what they want him to do. But if they just let him be Cooper Flagg, he's going to be a great player. Player.
Yeah. And, like I said, LeBron had nothing but high praise for him. He practiced against the Olympic team.
Yeah, Team USA.
Last summer when they were getting ready for the Olympics. And they were saying then they were thinking he could be on the team. So, the boy, he got a lot of potential. So, good luck to him on his NBA career. The number 2 pick went to San Antonio Spurs, and they chose guard Dylan Harper.
Yep.
And for those of you that don't know, this is the son of NBA great Ron Harper that played on the Chicago Bulls with Michael Jordan.
Yep.
What you think about the Spurs?
Honestly, I really don't like that pick for the Spurs because you have so much in your backcourt. Like, you got De'Aaron Fox, you got Stephon Castle, then you got Dylan Harper. Then they drafted Cam Jones, which is another point guard as well. So, like, well, I ain't going to say point guard, but it's another guard as well. So, it's going to depend on how they want to use them, you know. Mm-hmm. Because Stephon Castle, he's a bigger guard, just like Dylan Harper. They both 6'6". Got a long wingspan, so they can play that 2 to the 3 spot too. So it's just all about how the Spurs want to use them and where they use them at. But it's still a great pickup though.
And then don't Chris Paul play for the Spurs? Who he play for?
Chris Paul on the Spurs?
Yep, he was on the Spurs last season.
Well, he not with them now. All the reports I done seen about the Spurs, they ain't said nothing about Chris Paul. They mentioned De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, De'Aaron Fox is there too, but if I'm not mistaken, Chris Paul.
I don't think he with the Spurs.
He ain't with nobody right now, but let's see. Yeah, he was with the Spurs.
Yeah, I knew that last year, but I'm talking about now. Now that's why I didn't include him in that backcourt.
Well, 2024, this past season?
No, what I'm saying with the backcourt now, as in De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper, Cam Jones, just them four.
Oh, you saying
just
for the
them
25, 26
Yeah, just for this upcoming season.
Yeah,
I ain't worried about it because he ain't on the team. So, like...
Yeah, I didn't know they had released him. But, yeah, that is a lot of guards. But, some other picks from the draft, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I really don't know most of these people on this draft. Number 3, the 76ers chose VJ Edgecombe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's going to be cool. He's going to be good.
The Hornets at number 4 chose, I don't know, Con
Knuckle. He played with Duke.
Now, this next pick, number 5, the Utah Jazz, they chose Ace Bailey. And that was kind of, I don't even want to say a controversial pick, but Ace Bailey had his choice of teams that he would like to play for. He was very vocal about it. And the Utah Jazz was one team that he said he did not want to play for. But the Jazz was like, forget that, you're available. We think you're going to fit well with our team. And they drafted him.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
For one, this is the moment of a lifetime, opportunity that comes in like
once in a lifetime.
Exactly, for real, bro. Like it ain't that many people out here that get chose to play in the NBA. So you gotta take that. You know what I'm saying? Don't take that blessing for granted, bro. Look at the opportunity and run with it. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the team trash or not.
Yeah, and also, like you said, it's so many other people that wish they had this moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of similar to the Caleb Williams situation in the NFL where he was saying where he wanted to play and where he didn't want to play it. So, I mean, don't take this for granted.
Exactly.
And hopefully he learned from this because it doesn't look good. It didn't make him look good, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't.
And then I just saw something on social media also that said the draft was, Wednesday night?
Mm-hmm.
And most players that got drafted, the other player that Utah Jazz drafted, he took the team plane and went ahead to Utah. Ace Bailey still has not shown up. So, I mean...
Man, you keep messing around, bro, you're not going to be in the league.
Yeah,
bro. Like,
yeah.
It's about look, money, like, your image, bro. You put a bad image on yourself, and that's going to put a bad image on the team that choose to play you. So, ain't nobody going to choose to ride with you, bro.
And you hadn't even played one game, and you already acting like a diva.
Exactly.
I mean,
you can't do that, man.
That's not good for your reputation or your character in the league. So... count your blessings, bro. Just don't be out here like I said, it's so many people that wish they had this opportunity. So don't take it for granted. Do you want to talk about anybody else that got drafted?
I mean, not really, but Trey Johnson went 6 to the Wizards. He played at Texas. That's a good pickup for them scoring guard. Jeremiah Fears, same way, is 7 to the Pelicans. Oh, that boy from Mississippi got drafted, Elijah Morton, that played at Florida last year. And he got drafted to the Raptors.
Y'all remember Mark Sears from Alabama? He declared, but he didn't get drafted. But he signed a 2-way deal with Milwaukee Bucks. So.
And then Walter Clayton Jr. got drafted by the Wizards too as well.
Okay.
So, man, shout out to everybody that got drafted, man. Keep doing y'all thing. Get the next level.
Yep.
Hey, we're going to be watching y'all.
Yep, dream come true. The Los Angeles Lakers, Mark Walter he's entered an agreement to purchase the majority ownership of the Lakers from the Buss family, and that was a deal for $10 billion with a B dollars. And Jenny Buss will remain the governor of the Los Angeles Lakers, which I have no idea what that means, but she will also retain 15% ownership in the Lakers. So she made $10 billion plus she still get to work for them, and she's still gonna be making money out
Smart
of them.
move. Smart move. No,
Very
make that
smart
money. Lakers
move.
got so much money to be made. Somebody got to make it.
Yeah.
Somebody got to get it.
And that deal was the largest sale of a professional sports team in history. As you know, last year the Boston Celtics, they sold for $6.1 billion, and number 3 on their list, Dallas Mavericks, they sold for $3.5 billion.
Yeah,
so,
see, people don't be understanding like how much maybe a team really be worth behind the scenes with ticket sale,
merchandise,
exactly, sponsorship, advertisements, like they making that money, bro.
Think about it. The Lakers have LeBron James.
Exactly.
I mean,
the Lakers are located in LA.
In LA,
all right, then that's all that matter.
Hey, that courtside, that celebrity row, it be full every game. So, but shout out to Jenny Buss, girl. You got generational wealth for real.
For real.
Let me ask you this, and then we can be done with Tyrese being out for the entire next season, really. Dame being out, Jason Tatum being out. What team in the East do you think have the most pressure on them right now to get over that hump? The door is wide open.
The Knicks.
Why?
Because they healthy for one. For two, you you have a great regular season, make a deep playoff run, but can't make the finals. So this is your opportunity. You have all your players still healthy. Everybody's still there. Everybody that you faced against that you lost to have hurt superstars. So this is your time. Your time is now.
And I can see what you're saying. And one of the commentators, I got that question from ESPN, and one of the commentators on ESPN, he said the Philadelphia 76ers.
I understand why he said it, because with a healthy Joel Embiid, they're definitely contenders. Yeah. But you can't count on Joel Embiid, because if he's not healthy, they're not going to do anything, because we saw that last season. Yep. And then people talk about Paul George. Paul George not going to do anything. He going to have his 15, 20 points, that's it. He ain't going to be no playoff P like y'all think he is, scoring 25, 28, 30 points a game. No.
Because you got to keep in mind, Paul George is old.
Then if he's even healthy, because he barely been playing. So they going to have to rely on a healthy Joel Embiid come back. Tyrese going to give you what he going to give you. Jerry McCain going to come back and give you what he going to give you. I like VJ Edgecombe, the rookie they just drafted. He's a dog on both ends of the floor. So they have the team, plus Tobias Harris and all the other supporting cast. It's just their main superstar has to be healthy, and that's Joel Embiid.
And, you know, with the 76ers, that window is really closing.
It is, though.
It's closing.
It is.
I don't think if they don't get it, I think if they don't get it done this year, then I don't know if they will get it done. You know,
they gonna have to stop riding the Joel Embiid train and find another superstar, because if he's not healthy, he's gonna have to. You can't rely on him.
Yeah, I agree.
You can't rely on somebody that's not healthy and not playing.
I totally agree with that. You got anything?
And then if you're gonna put in all your coins in the Tyrese Maxey, you got to bring in a better supporting cast.
Definitely.
You got to bring in a better supporting cast.
Because I never would have thought Tyrese Maxey would have been the player that he is, and he's a great player. You know, I think he just couldn't shine behind James Harden.
Yeah, he couldn't. That's why I'm glad they got rid of James Harden, because they let Tyrese Maxey shine. Because he showed people what he can do. Yep.
But that's about it. You got anything else?
Oh, no, man. A 2-year anniversary is coming up, bro.
That's
got
right.
a great show planned for y'all, man. Before that, we got some other great shows coming right before this, so y'all just stay tuned for that, bro. Got some big things coming for the podcast.
That's right. We do. I can't wait to announce it and share it with you all. But you can go ahead with your quote.
Oh, yeah, man. Beautiful quote of the week for this week is, we cannot become what we want by remaining what we are. Got to show growth, got to show improvement.
That's right. All right, y'all. Until next time, I'm Toya.
I'm Solomon.
Remember, be different.
Peace.